I want to show you a free resource that you can use to look at your coins when you're coin roll hunting to see if they're worth grading. Hi, my name is Andrea and this is Dig for the Pony. I'm going to be showing you a website that you're probably familiar with if you're at all into coin collecting. It's PCGS, but it's their resources section and a specific thing called Photograde. So follow along and I'll show you how to use it to maybe decide whether you want to send in some coins for grading. These are the coins that I sent in to PCGS, and as you can see along here, not one of them came back with anything less than an MS65. So how did I do it? It was my first time ever sending in coins. What was the win here? Well, the win was nothing came back ungraded, nothing came back cleaned, nothing came back less than MS65. So as a new collector, you might want to know the tool that I used. It's a free tool and it's here on PCGS that may help you out. And that's what I want to show you today. I'm going to go up here to the top, go to the main page of PCGS. I'm going to go over to the area that says collecting resources. I'm going to click on that. Now this brings you to the PCGS resource page. And within there, you have a lot of different things to look at. I really recommend you check out PCGS videos on YouTube. Very helpful. You can do them here as well. You can also look up a PCGS holder number. So let's say you're shopping on eBay and you come across a coin you want to buy that's in a PCGS holder. You can take that number and put it in here, and you'll not only find information about the coin, but the potential value, so you're not overpaying. But we're going to stick with what I used before I sent in anything to be graded. I am not a professional coin grader, nor am I a collector for very long, only a little over a year. But Photograde, this area right here on the PCGS website, very helpful. Here are all U.S. coinage from colonial down into the gold bullion type coins. I sent in Lincoln cents. I sent in some Jefferson nickels. I sent in a couple Washington quarters and a Kennedy half. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and show you one of these areas. Let's go with cents, because even despite them no longer being in production, we all have pennies in our pockets, if we're lucky. So I'll click on cents. That brings us here. Obviously, the Lincoln cent is only one of many. It also had the wheat cents, ones with Lincoln on the front, and you go through those. I'm going to click on the Lincoln cent, and it brings up this page. Now, this is where Photograde shines, because if you're like me and you're a visual learner, people can tell you what to look for on a coin, but until you see it in practice and can think about it a little bit, it isn't necessarily the easiest thing to do. You have these navigation arrows on either side that are gray. And what it does is it goes clear down into like the worst case thrashed penny that you might find. Somebody ran it over way too many times and you found it in a ditch, to the finest. Now, it's crazy to think, but there are collectors for every type of penny. And whether it's by the date or whether it's by the condition or both, you have it here. Let's look at the very worst of the worst. Now, you can kind of make out the date, can kind of make out the text. Lincoln's face is completely gone. Bump it up just a little bit, and you start to see more detail. Now, that's probably one of the easiest ways to start your grading, but the detail in the text and in, say, the Lincoln bust is not the only way. Coins are graded at PCGS by 3 separate grading persons. Hi, Sanji. That's the cat saying hello. What you do when you submit your coins is you're sending in 3 documents that they're going to fill out, that they are going to grade them independently. They don't know what the other guy graded them, or gal graded them as, and then they take all those and give you your final grade. You'll never know what those individual grades were. You'll just know the final grade when they get them to you, or rather when they post them on the website, because you know ahead of time, with PCGS anyway, what's being sent to you. But what I did is I took, and I unfortunately didn't think ahead and have a penny, but it's probably easier to see it on camera if it's a bigger coin. So I had my Kennedy half here. Now, I think the easiest way to determine, because when you send in your coins to PCGS, you're supposed to give a potential value that you would put to it, or maybe you don't. No, that has to do more with knowing the value that you can then look up the potential monetary value, and that's what you have to put on it. I remember now. Only have done it once with PCGS, so I'm not a pro at this yet. But I used Photograde to glance at my coin, glance at the picture, and try and determine based on that and some other written material what the value might be of the coin. And that's really hard, particularly if they're nice coins, because you want them to be a MS67 or better, because that's where you're getting into some serious money on most coins. Depends on the denomination of the year, of course, and any errors. But, you know, at lower grades, it may not be worth it to you to send it in. But then again, there's certain coins, like I had a Trime, a 3-cent coin my grandmother had, and I just wanted to put it in a holder and keep it nice. So I sent that in. Each coin that you send in is going to cost you money to do it. And so when you're doing this and you're looking at the conditions ahead of time, it's easier when you, particularly like when you're coin roll hunting, to be looking through and you find something nice to think, well, maybe that has more value, set it aside and check into it later. Now, AU is where you'd kind of start with most coins, collecting them. However, like I said, there are people who collect the bottom tier, can't really see it, and put them into registries just because they like that. I think it's remarkable, but they do. The other thing is there's people who collect rarer dates. And if you find a rare date in any condition, it might be smartest to put them in a flip. And if you don't know what a flip is, there are plastic ones that don't give off any PVC. You can get those on Amazon. They're a little bit spendy for the number that you get. But even cheaper are the paper type flips with kind of a cellophane. You put them in there, you can write on the outside what the coin is, etc. And that way you can keep it in your collection, whether you choose to sell it or not. A lot of the coins sold on eBay are in flips because it is kind of spendy, particularly with PCGS, to send off your coins and get them graded. But again, Photograde is great because here you can start to see the details that maybe you would have missed otherwise just looking at a coin with your magnifying glass. Now, use at least a 10-time magnification. Some people would say never use a microscope to observe your coins. I kind of have to do that. My eyes are terrible, and it's something that even doing that, I'm going to miss things. But I use the microscope for other things too, so that's helpful. But in terms of coins, this resource is going to show you, generally speaking, what you could expect at certain grades. It's a subjective thing. You have 3 people with opinions based on their experience, and they could all look at the same thing and come up with totally different takes on it. Here you start to see more detail. Someone else who has seen a bunch of these may be able to glance at these, and I don't doubt this with these graders. They can glance at a coin and within seconds know exactly what the grade would be. Grading is color, brown, red-brown in the case of pennies or Lincoln cents. Red, that too changes the value, the color of it, as well as when you glance. Here's the MS60. I haven't seen very many MS60s. I don't know that they hand too many out. But as you can see over here in what they call the fields, there's these little tick marks. And that would be considered like circulated, even though it says MS, that's a mint state. That's still some wear. A little bit hard to see on this dark coin. Here's a red-brown, because you have some brown here and you still have the natural luster underneath that was a red. A little fewer of those than in this one. You also have maybe some more sharpness to the strike. The strike's going to be different each year too. Like a 1949 might be sharper than, say, a 32 or a 1910, obviously older coin. But yet this one grades higher than this guy. And you say, why? Well, you may not know why, but here's Photograde examples of why. You're gonna look at these and think, I don't know. But let's go back and start over. Let's go to our $50. And since I showed you that I have in hand the Kennedy, let's go ahead and click on a Kennedy. And let's click on this one here, which is a 66. Now, I can look at the one I'm holding and I can see very few scratches and scrapes. Now, you might want to grade it a 66. This might look similar to you and think, great, I have this, and that would be super if. You can also do what I just did, and that's I clicked the download button, so I could literally download this and then compare it on a smaller scale if I wanted to. I just kind of hold it up to the screen and guess that way. But I think it's always, you know, there's that part of you that just wants the perfect score, so to speak. When I was looking at my coins, I would look at this, and if it looked like a 65, I'd make a notation of 64, because I assumed that anything I would pick comparatively to this, it would be one bump lower. The interesting thing was, for most coins, I was lower. They gave me the 65. So be this what it may for you, I think it's a really great free resource for new collectors to learn more about coin grading and what to look for. And also, say you inherit a collection like I did with mine, to be able to go in here and then look at these coins and say, wow, I might have something here, and be able to check further. You can go into your price guide, and that is also on this website. You can go into any of these things, the Lincoln Cents. If you haven't checked this out, I highly recommend it. You start with a year, you move your way over to the color. Up at the top, you have the different grades. So you can flip between those two assets, the Photograde and the price guide. You can also go into the POP report, which kind of gives you information about whether or not you should get your coins graded. Because if, for example, you go in and you decide you want to have, well, let's pick something kind of common, a Jefferson nickel graded that you think is great. FS means full steps. Full steps tend to, you have a little higher value on those. But let's say you're clicking along and maybe you don't have full steps. You click on this one, you have the drop down, and this tells you over at the right how many have actually been graded by PCGS, not by all companies, but by PCGS, and what those have generally come out. So let's say most of them for this particular coin have come out the MS65. That's great, but then you can bounce back to the price report and you can find out how much it's worth. You can also then go into your resources over here and go down to Photograde. You could then look at the nickels and get an idea of what a 66 looks like. And ideally, you would have something that looks a lot like this. You check the Obverse, which is the front, and you check the reverse. The one thing I learned pretty quickly was that I could have a coin that had a beautiful Obverse and then flip it over and there's some gash or something on the reverse. And I wouldn't send that in for any grading, because essentially it negates any beauty that was in the front. You have to have both the front and the back of any coin pretty much the same or better to really think about getting it graded. So this has been one free resource that new coin collectors and maybe those getting back into the hobby that didn't necessarily use online resources might find useful. PCGS Photograde, I used it before I sent my coins in, and it was really helpful. Nothing less than an MS65 I see as a total win, and I'm going to be getting ready to send some more coins in here soon, and so I'll be doing another video on that. My name is Andrea. This is Dig for the Pony, and if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe, and thank you for stopping by.